Hi and welcome to today. So today's video for the Creating in Faith, the art journal video. Firstly, we're going to make the art journal, or I'm going to find an art journal that I want to finish. I must excuse the, I don't know, I was going to say the sun has changed its position, but with a new moon, I don't know when the new moon is. The sun is moving over my studio space in a different way. I normally have the shading of the mahogany tree, but now it seems to have found a space where there's just a gap in the canopy, so it's shining. And actually, do you know what? It fits in with the theme for this month, or kind of the themes for the next few weeks. So the word for today, the overall word for the month is free. And for me, I feel it's about us not letting anything bind us. Sorry, I need a little shading from the light. For us to not let anything get in the way of what we want. Let me just move. Oh, let me just move here. So yeah, it's to not let anything get in the way of what our purpose and our mission is. Now, for those of you who don't know what your purpose or your mission is, it's about the things that is like a burning desire in you. And this is just my example. So it's a burning desire. It's something that you would wake up early, stay up late to do for free, it's just you. So the things that I do are the things that I love doing. I love creating, I love working in my journal, I love creating videos. I've tried the, let's get all slick, and I've tried the come and just sit in my studio. And I think this is the kind of happy medium for me, where it's just, there is a bit of graphics, but it's really essentially about you coming in my studio. And as I say, the theme for this week, the theme for the month is free. So I hope that you, kind of grab onto that and think about the words that are coming over the next month. So the word for this week is spirited. Yeah. So I hope that I'll put the link for the podcast recording so that you can listen to that. And then I will also just talk to it, just kind of mentioning some other additional things that might come to me as we work on this journal. So I want to focus now on the journal and just get on with it so that we can get the journal done and the first page. And what I'm trying to do this time round is not to have a really long how to make your journal, and keep it short, sharp and sweet. And if it needs to go to an hour, it'll go to an hour, but I'm aiming to keep it shorter than that. Some of the journals that I'll work on will be ones that I've already created but not completed. And so this is a great way that if you've got some journals in your stack that you need to complete because they're just sitting there, you don't want to throw them away, you want to use them, but you can't use them yet because they're not finished, then I want you to go ahead and finish those and just play along with me. The tools I use and the supplies, it's really looking at what you have in your supply, what can you take out that you haven't used for a while, and what can you have fun with, and how can you on a regular basis just continue to make it a practice where you play. Where you play and you find your happy medium where you find the way that you work and the way that you create and the timescale that you have, and how to make the best use of that time, whether it is half an hour, 15 minutes, or whatever it is that you recognize that time that you have is yours to do the things that you want to do in. So without further ado, we're going to look at some things here, and we'll go ahead. And I haven't yet made the decision as to the kind of journal that I'm going to make, or complete. I thought I had more to complete than I've got right here, but we'll have a look and see together. So come and join me. Come on. Okay, in front of me I have cardstock that I decided that I was just going to make some journals with. I'm just thinking I don't want to do too much sorting. So a lot of these cards were kind of pastel colour cards that I had, you know, through my printer printed a design with my website details on, and there's some envelopes there for this particular one. I'm not going to go through, actually, you know what, I'm not going to go through all of them. I just wanted to just really see if I had a set of cards that I was able to use. And this looks like, I think this is a packet I had sorted out. Let me see this one. So these were, no, I don't think I'll use this one yet. I love this paper. It's like a canvas paper. I thought I'd made Christmas cards with these, and so I've got one of, so I've got some, I was going to make, yeah, this is what was going to happen. I was going to make some Christmas cards and found that just one sheet was too thin. So I put this white piece of paper on there that was going to be attached in there, and then this was going to be something at the front, but it was going to, go like this. But I don't like these two colours together. Anyway, so I don't really do Christmas cards, and so well, in saying that, I don't do your typical Christmas cards. I will do, you know, my artwork on a card and send that as a Christmas card. And so these are kind of ones that would just sit in there. But what I think I will do this month is work on some, they're smaller journals than the one I made for last month. Just move all of this. So even in here, I've got a series. Yeah, I was going to make cards out of these ones, some small cards. See, I've done this. I don't really like these cards. Merry Christmas. And I know Christmas is gone for next year. But I never really like, you know, they're very thin, and it's just like, they're not, I don't really, came as, you know, cardstock. So what I'll probably do is use these in some of the journals, and I might even use that one today. So, okay, well, at least we found that. So I would do things like this, you know, just small cards, and it didn't just necessarily have to be for Christmas, but I could use it for any time. So I'm going to just put that down to the side, and let me show you what I was talking about with some of these cards. So I don't know whether you can really see that. It's where, I think it went through the printer, so you've got this kind of like the mark of where it rubbed against a side of the printer. So this wouldn't be something that I would want to send to somebody, but what I could do is maybe, you know, either utilize this as a, together with other cards as a signature, or just a loose leaf in the book, in a journal, or I could, you know, take off this that I had done. So again, look at some of the things that you have and see how you can repurpose them. Don't think, oh yeah, I'm going to just throw this away because it, you know, it didn't work out. So I haven't thrown this away, and I've collected a lot of things. but it's to really then see how you can just use them all up so you get that opportunity. So I'm just moving things around. So, okay, so these are the 3 journals that I hadn't really finished. The insides haven't been, there's no colour in them, and I can tell you what they were made from. And yeah, they're just like, they're partly done, but it's not how I want them to be. So these were my statements, bank statements and bills. And when the bank sends you a statement, they usually send it on really nice paper for some reason. It's quite thick. And this was my phone bill. So my mobile phone bill at the time, they used to send you every single call, list of every single call. And then I thought to myself, wow, this paper's actually, you know, it's even better than my printer paper, thicker cardstock. So why don't I use it? So I made these 3, but again, as I say, I didn't really finish them. And this again is bank statements, and you know, you're just using them for yourself, so you know, you can, once you've painted over them, nobody would be the wiser. You're not having a stream of people coming through here, so you're looking in your journals, so you know, it's all right. I think it's all right. And it's a good way to recycle, it's a good way to practice making journals. As I say, I just kind of whipped these together, stuck them together, and then, you know, there you have it. So I'm thinking that I'm not too fussed about this back image, but I'm thinking of joining these 2 together. And so you have a more of a chunky journal. This was last month's, so you can see the difference. Let me just straighten us up there. Okay, right. So, and then I think I can come out. Can I? Yeah, we'll come out a little bit. So this was last month's, and it's chock full of, you know, writing, and this was the last thing I did. And as I say, I'm going through a phase where I just wanted to write, and you know, some pages I've created on, some pages I've got some images, I've got some words on here, and for every page, you know, compassionate, this was for compassionate, and I did some imagery where I would normally do that, but again, it's about doing something different. And it's about practice. It's a space that you can practice in. So I like this one as it is, but I'm thinking for this one, I'm going to, or should I just, I did these 2 together. I can't decide what to do. See, these bills go back to, the statements go back to 2009. It's like 11 years ago. Gosh. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna do it. I'm gonna put these 2 together so it's one journal, and it's a bit more chunky, and it will get even more chunkier when I start adding additional paper. So I'm just plugging in my heat gun just there, and you can come along with me for the journey. And again, as I said, it's about, the word for the month is free, and it's about you being free with what you, for me, about being free with using your supplies and not feeling that they have to be used in a specific way, or, you know, I would always say learn how to use your supplies in the best way, and then you can run off and do what you want. So that's being free for me. So yeah, what I will do is we'll do the journal, because there's not much technically that I need to do to put this together, but, you know, seal it and then start deciding what I want to do on the pages. But we'll do a page. We'll do a page for this month, and so you don't have loads of videos that you have to go through. You can see what I do to this one and then see the journal page. I'm finding, how am I finding, how have I been going? I kind of got a bit behind, and I've still got, see, I found this is paper, like paper mache, and then I've put it in a mould and then taken it out and then painted it, but it's quite hard, and I was thinking of having that as the front of the page. Do you know what? To make this totally different. I mean, I did these pictures, but again, it's having the freedom to do what you want, and I really I'm feeling this. When I took it out, I was like, yeah, I want to use this. So actually, the way the fly, I don't know what supplies I'm going to use as yet. I haven't decided. Initially, it's going to be to lay down colour, get the journal together, and then I might do the first, you know, decorating the page, decorating the first page with the word for the month, which is free, and then going in, we're going to go in and work on this page as the first page for the month. It's amazing. Yeah, so this book will probably take us through to the end of the month. If you have a book that you're working on, you might need to add some more pages. I didn't find when I was working in this one that I had to add any more pages. I think I might have, what did I add? Did I add anything? I didn't specifically add any pages so that I could write on it, but I just I did some writing in here. This didn't contain all my journaling. I do have another journal, and I'll show you. This is the other one that I'm working with. It's called Grace, and again, I'm just doing something similar. So when I feel that I don't have enough space, because I'll use these ones to write about the words and what they mean to me and what I'm maybe thinking about that particular day, and I'll use this to kind of work through other things, like I'm working on a change to the inspirational shorts that comes out on Fridays, and I want to kind of just do some short videos on, you know, art tools and supplies, and also give you some inspiration, give you another word that you can run with and speak over your life and be encouraged. So that again will be something short that I'm hoping to do. We'll see. I think it will start at the end, either the end of this month or yeah? Yeah. Oh, I'm just right in the middle of filming. I'm right in the middle of filming. About half an hour. Okay, so yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to get started with this, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this glue gun, again being free. Yes, I'm looking forward to the Friday inspirational shorts. I think it will probably start sometime in February, but I'll have to check. I always leave things to the last minute, and then it's just like, oh, it's happening today. So I've literally just stuck those together, and let me just see what I would. I don't know. See, I like this image, but I think what she embodies is the feelings that I want that are going to come out from this. So it's well stuck down. The other thing that I would do is I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to just have some collage where I would collage over this. Maybe I might not necessarily need to, but just have it overlapping so that just in case, for whatever reason, well, it shouldn't come undone, but just have a piece going over here. So that's given me a bit more chunkiness, and I don't know what that is. It might be some sort of, I don't know what that is on the front. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. The only other thing with this is that it's slightly, ever so slightly, a few millimeters longer at the bottom here. So what I'm going to get is some handmade paper that I had painted. Right, so this is paper that I had used as like a background, and again, this is a great way to be able to utilise supplies. So whenever I'm painting, I've not given you a good example so far, but whenever I'm painting, I usually have some of these papers underneath. So I'm going to see, and there again, just this is what old recycled paper. Now I really like this, one. These papers are like free magazine papers that I think I was going to make some cards or something with them. So I probably won't. Yeah, I was creating some mini cards that, and the idea just didn't work. This paper I got free from the printers. So I went and just asked them if they had any recycled paper, and they did. They had cards. So it's definitely well worth you go in to see if you can get some. Try not to clutter up your space. Oh, yeah, I like that. See, this piece of paper, I was using a stamp. I'd won these stamps, they're like roadmap stamps in a competition, and I've been using this for something, obviously, and this is, once you've worked on it, I would back it onto paper, and it would it would, you know, print a bit off. So I think I'm going to use that. I really like that. And I'm not sure I'm going to use the other one that I was going to use. So I would just, this is me just working quickly, yeah, because we don't want a long video. So all I'm going to do now is add this, add the cover. This is the cover now, so we're going to go for it. And all I'm going to do is glue, I'll probably glue this side first, put it down, and then work on that, and then fold it over like that, yeah? Okay, so we're going to lose this one, but the sentiment, and the sentiment, but you don't have to use a glue gun for this. You can just use ordinary glue. I just use a glue gun for ease of, it's for time really. Just want them to dry, be very careful, and I normally go over this just with the bone folder, because when you put your hand down it can be quite hot. And on the other side, there we go. So that's done fine, and I would then glue here. I'm going to need another, I'm actually supposed to be going out to get some more glue sticks. I think I've got one. Spare one here. So you see how quickly you can use it. You can use a thinner glue stick. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come out so that you can see a bit better. I'm just going to take, again, it doesn't have to be as thick as I was doing it. It was just like, but I guess one of the reasons for doing it that thick was just because I might add some paint to the surface, depending, we'll see. I'm going to have to put my fan on. It's so hot in here. So the sun has now gone behind a cloud, behind the tree, sorry. Okay, so which was the front? I think that was the front, was it? Or was that the back? Who's the, no, this is the, right. Okay, so this is the quick way to do it. Again, remember that you can take your time, but I like working quickly. So what I normally do is cut off the ends, yeah, and the ends, as long as they're decorated, will just be stuck. I stick them just on the corners, wherever corner I've taken it from, I stick it back there, and it just provides additional strength. You don't need to do it, but it's just like, you know, it's a way. I don't want to waste any paper, so all the paper is going back. Unfortunately, on this side I should have moved it a bit lower down, and that's what you get for not measuring. So, you know, other bookbinders will probably be looking at it and thinking, oh my gosh, what's she doing? But again, it's about having fun, playing, and, you know, I would definitely learn how to do it well. And the reason why I can do this like this now is because I learned how to do it properly, and I can make adjustments on the way for myself. So bookbinders wouldn't necessarily use a glue gun. You would use, you know, proper kind of glue for bookbinding. And on edges like this, all I do is do a kind of like triangle, and I just cut off the end there. there's a little bit of glue there, and on the other side, cut that off there. Now I'm not worrying about these bits because I'll probably either add paper, add more paper, or add you know, add more paper or add some paint or collage or whatever, so you're not going to notice it. So there we go. I then fold over the edges, and again taking a little bit of glue. As I said, I'm using a lot thinner. I'm using it in a lot thinner now, and I'm just going to do a little thin run down the edge. So if you're not quick, then it will burn myself there. It will dry before you've managed to finish. Yeah. So on this page, I'll definitely be adding collage paper. So. Just doing this bit now, this end. So I hope you've managed to find some work that you may have initially wanted to do and you've left it, so that you're able to complete pieces. And remember that, you know, if you didn't have this painted paper, I would have, if I didn't have the painted paper, I would have used this kind of paper. You know, the free paper that I've got in the magazines that I've brought. But painted paper that you've painted on is always a lot nicer in terms of the overall finish. It's a bit more personal, I think. I just think it's pretty, because, you know, I would have just had this paper sitting there, and now it can grace a journal. There. Now, so I think this was the front, but do you know what, I'm actually feeling this side as the front, and it's sitting a lot better. So I'm glad I didn't like totally make up my mind, but I like this side better. And what I might do, let's come in for you. You see, it's so much more prettier, and this is all just handmade. So we've got the bills inside. At this end, I had just put, this is just washi tape, so this first bit has just got washi tape on it. Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to collage, do some collage in here. So I think what I'm going to do is do the video separately for the journal page, so that you can just really focus on getting your journal to how you want it to be. And I'm going to prep some of these pages so that I can go ahead and start painting. So the pages themselves, because it's paper and not a glossy paper, it's going to take, you're not going to use so much gesso. So let me just turn off my glue gun before the amount of burns I've got from the glue gun. Yeah, so I want to gesso this first, not gesso, I want to collage this first page, put something on there. Normally what I would do is this first page in the book is stick that there, but this is nice and thick and it will take paint really nicely, and so I'm not going to do that. And it just gives the glue a bit of time to dry, and you know, I'm looking forward to working in this. Yeah, so we're going to gesso, we're going to collage this. So let me just gesso this page, and I will leave you to get on with working in your journal. So you can either use a palette knife. I really prefer to use hold on, get one that's not got anything on it, because you get a better finish. Okay, we'll use this. See, when you use a card, you still get gesso on the page. Do you know what the dogs are barking at? Not that I've only got one, but he's gone out. So, and I'll just, oh, that one's got gesso. So what you might want to do in prep for the journal page itself is to gesso maybe 2 of the pages. Now I need to get rid of this, so what I'm going to do is what you've seen me do before, and it's to find a page and add the excess paint or the gesso in. So it's all like a continuous process. See, that's like, you know, I think this was scrapbooking paper, and I just didn't really like it, really. So I thought, okay, this can go in the journal. Okay, so there we have it for the journal for this month. It's starting, it's in its process, and over the weeks you're going to see it grow and develop. And I might come back and show you some other bits and pieces that I've done to it. Okay, as I said, I'm going to keep it short because you need to get on and do some stuff. Okay, so hope that you've worked on getting your journal to a particular place, and you're going to work on it, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with. Okay, take care for now.